and it cannot go on any longer.
Hang it up. Flat screen.
I would have dragged you regardless. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be discussing Trina. Never in a million years did I think I would have to come on here and read Trina her rights. I love Trina. I love Trina. I love what Trina stands for. I love the way Trina raps. You want to know how much I love Trina? Last year, she came out with a song with Nicki Minaj called Baps, and I believe that was the best song made for the summer. I believe it was the best song of the summer, and it should have been the song of the summer. I was highly vocally disappointed in the fact that we never got a video for that. I was disappointed that it never did what it should have done. I love the song Baps. I love it so much that I was one of the people who noticed when it got taken off of all streaming platforms, and I was so vocal about it that one of you guys came in my DMs and told me, hey Kenya, Baps is back on streaming platforms. That is how much I rode for Trina in her new phase of her career. I was there for her. Now here's the thing. When Trina came on Love and Hip Hop, I knew things were down here for Miss Trina. For the baddest, I knew things was going down here for the baddest, because nobody wants to see their girl on Love and Hip Hop. I don't care who your girl is. You do not want to see your girl on Love and Hip Hop, because the Mona Scott checks are never worth it. The Mona Scott checks are never worth it. To see your faves argue with the people they be arguing with on there, it is never worth it. So I knew things were down here for the baddest when she got on Love and Hip Hop. But things were going well for Trina. Now, Trina was picking strange fights here or there. She was arguing with Kaya. Like, strange things were happening with Trina, but nothing was really that bad. But this is where everything came to a crescendo. Trina is on a radio station. She has a morning radio show with Trick Daddy. First of all, let's get in on why Trina and Trick Daddy should be on no one's radio station. I think as a community, as a black community, not to be that person, we need to be more careful with who we give platforms to. Trina and Trick Daddy should not be who people are driving to work in the morning listening to their opinions on much of anything. Like, great performers, great music, but like, is that the opinions, the cult, like the opinions we need? Like, do we believe they are the informed opinions we should be giving to people in the Miami area? Is that really what we should be hearing in the morning? Miami has a lot of issues, like any other city has a lot of issues, but they have a big black community who are big on protest, who are big on voting, who are big on things. Like, they need to be informed. This is a community that thrives when they come together. So having people like Trick Daddy and Trina on the radio is not really what I feel like should be a thing. And like, anything I've heard from the Trick Daddy and Trina like radio show ain't never been too good. It ain't never been too productive. And I'm not saying all media that black people have to take in should be productive. I just think Trina and Trick Daddy have quite a big platform, knowing what I know about Miami and its culture, for it to be Trina and Trick Daddy. And lo and behold, this is why we don't give anybody everything. And this is why. Trina gets on the radio station and she has something to say. I don't know what it is with these new blacks and this new money that they are so protective over, that they feel the need to talk in this white supremacist rhetoric. I've been hearing a lot of white supremacist rhetoric, and it's used so often that people don't even realize they're using white supremacist rhetoric, calling black people animals, calling black people thugs, calling black people unorganized in a certain way. A lot of this is white supremacist rhetoric, and y'all don't even know it because it's been thrown at black people for so long. You just think that's a way that you should be describing what black people do. But Trina gets on the radio station and she begins calling black people animals for looting. Here is the thing. If you are one of those people who are against looting, there's a way to be against looting and not be a white supremacist. There is a way to be against looting and not use certain words to describe black people, to make black people seem as less than human. And that is what we've been hearing a lot of people say. It's the Lori Harvey calling black people disgusting. Because here's the thing. Even though we all know it's not just black people who are looting, which I also don't like that idea. That's also rooted in a lot of anti-black things, like having to group white people in to make black people feel like, hey, white people are doing it too, so it must be okay, right? No, that's also like another thing that you guys like to do. That's also another day, another time. Anyway, but when these people are calling the looters disgusting, they're talking about black people. When they're calling them animals, they're talking about black people. When they're calling them unorganized and savage and animalistic and beast and thugs, they're talking about black people. So I want you to be weary of the words that you are using when you're talking about people. First of all, I'm going to come on my ledge here and say there are bigger things to worry about than looting. If that is what you're deciding to build your platform on, or what you're trying to say on, your argument on is looting, you need to get a grip. Black people are dying. So if you want to focus on looting, that says more about you than it does about anyone else. The fact that that's what you want to focus, that's what you choose. There are bigger things. Black people are dying. So anyways, Trina get on her platform and she like, y'all is animals. Why did y'all mess up my best friend's shop? What is with this self-serving activism? It's so funny because for the past 4 years, every black entertainer they is been acting like the biggest freedom fighter. These athletes been acting like the biggest freedom fighters. But now that people really want and they just do, y'all over here pointing a finger and calling people all types of names. Let me tell you something. There's two things you ain't never gonna hear me call a black person. Not Kenya in 2020. I will never call a black person a thug, and I will never call a black person an animal in the way that Trina called black people animals. It's not going to I'm not going to fix my mouth in 2020 to call black people animals and to call black people thugs. That is white supremacist talk. That is racism talk. That is Jim Crow talk. That is slavery talk. That is the way you are speaking about black people. And a lot of you I've been seeing out there do that. That one girl in Atlanta whose shop got looted, they call people thugs, and it's not lost on me that y'all intentionally are using these words. This is not coming from a place of ignorance. Y'all are intentionally using certain words because you know what they mean. You're using white supremacist talk on purpose. When you do your first paragraph, I have no problem with the peaceful protest, but then you go, but these thugs, you are doing that. You know what you're doing. You know exactly what you are evoking when you use those words, because you're using the exact terminology that white people use against black people. The good blacks are okay. The peaceful blacks are okay. But them thugs, but them animals, you need to get them out of there. And these same thugs that you speak of, these same animals that you speak of, the same people you want to buy your little songs, Trina, the same people you want to buy your little hair lady, the same people you want to shop at your boutique lady. Like, there's going to be casualties. Look, I'm not saying, and that's the thing, there is a way to go about it. Hey, I am a struggling black business, or I am a hardworking black business, and I just don't, it really hurt me that my stuff got messed up. That is the message. The rest of this stuff you carrying on with, you can keep it. There is a way to say everything, but you purposefully using the words that you are using says so much about you. It says so much about you, Trina. It shows the way these new money blacks feel about black people. They felt this way about black people the entire time. The entire time, Trina has felt this way about certain black people, and that I can't. Kid Fury said it best. I love Trina, but I don't love Trina more than Black Life. I just don't. I don't care about nobody business more than I care about Black Life. I am sorry. There's nothing in me can make me care more about the looting or be more vocal about the looting than I am about Black Life. There's nowhere in my, never. You're never going to see me say, hey, love the protest, but looters, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because I care about Black life more than any materialistic thing that can come right back. You same black people who are over there, but y'all messing up people's stuff, them people's stuff will be just fine. But you want to know that's not coming back? Black life is not coming back. You worried about other people's stuff? These companies they doing just fine. Gucci will get their stuff right back. They will get their stuff. They ain't missed a beat. But you over there dying on the hill. That should tell. Why are you so willing to die on the hill? Why are you so willing to die on that hill? No one's saying you have to be like me and have to agree with me. And you can think whatever you want to think about the looting, 100%. But the words that you use, like I said, I am not expecting you not to be upset about your black business being looted. 100%. I expect anyone to be upset that they stuff got stolen. It's the way you react. It's the way you react. It's the way you treat black people, the way you talk about black people when you feel wronged by black people. That tells you how you really feel about black people. When everything's on the up and up and everybody's being peaceful and everybody's acting the way you want them to act, of course everything is cool. Of course everything is good. Of course. That's easy to do. But it's when you feel wronged by black people. How do you speak on black people? And so then she had the audacity to go with black on black crime. Once again, white supremacist talk. Do you see how they use the same white supremacist talking points? Again, that's why I say these black capitalists, let's get our money, ain't saving nobody. Because this is pathetic, Trina. This is pathetic. Trina, you could have kept this all the way to yourself. And you know it's a sick and sad day when Trick Daddy trying to reel you in. Why is Trick Daddy trying to reel you in? Why is Trick Daddy trying to bring you back? Trick Daddy's sitting there like, okay, yeah, looting is bad, but there's a way. Don't let that take away from the fact that people are fighting for something good. Like, if you don't like that, don't even give your attention to that. Give your attention to what needs to be focused on. Focus on Trina. But yeah, I get what you're saying, Trina. You don't want people to mess up your friend business, but keep in mind that people are really fighting for something. We saw a black man lose his life on camera for the umpteenth time. People are really fighting for something, Trina. Material things can be we can get them back. People are fighting. Stay focused. Trick Daddy is trying to tell Trina to stay focused. What are you doing? Why is Trick Daddy has to reel you in? How does Trick Daddy have to reel you in? Can someone make that make sense? Why Trick Daddy was the one to tell Trina, bring it back. Why? Like I said, it's what Trina was saying was so rooted in anti-blackness and was so rooted in white supremacy. Then talk the black on black crime, it's just you taking talking points that have been debunked, Why is Trina so vocal about the looting but not vocal about nothing? As I'm sitting here editing this, y'all, Trina got several songs talking about stealing, robbing, mobbing, killing whoever she got to get to her bag. So the audacity, a lot of these people who've been stepping out talking about the looters got several crimes against them, mug shots against them, and several other things that prove they ain't against stealing the way they claim. Period. A lot of these songs show you are perfectly fine with stealing. Okay? So move on. What's the word you choose? And then she took it a step further and she was talking about, I don't even have to worry about when I get pulled over by the cops. Because guess what? I got my stuff out. Congratulations, Trina. Congratulations that you don't walk around in fear. I don't know why. It comes from ignorance, but she don't walk around in fear from the cops. She thinks she good. Nothing gonna happen when the cops pull her. What's your point? What is your point, Trina? What is your point? What is your point? That's the problem. What is your point when y'all are over here using your whole platform to go in on looters, but you don't got nothing to say about nothing? What is your point? There are so many bigger things to worry about than material items. I am sorry. As long as I keep seeing black people slayed in the streets, I don't care about what nobody else doing. I don't. So you're not, if you come manipulating, you don't care about people fucking shit. I care about black life. I am on this platform to care about black life. I'm here to care about all black life. That is what I'm here to care about. I can't sit here and, dude, this is what you should be doing. No, and then I'm also not sitting on my high tower judging. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because I've seen the real animals. I've seen the real people, and I've seen what these types of words, what this does to people, how this makes people feel. Like, what does this say? Like, what? I shouldn't have to hear a black person call other black people animals. And that's the thing. You know this is directed directly at black people. Lori Harvey calling the looters disgusting, that is directed right at black people. Right at black people. And why? That's why these new blacks, these new money blacks really let us down this time. They really let us down. And Trina change ain't even long. Your change not even long to be out here telling somebody. You probably could use a nice little boosted Chanel bag. Come on. Who is you? Who is you, Trina, boo? Who is you, Trina? Look, Trina. Really, you Mona Scott chicks, you the one who got something to say about people still talking about people stealing stuff. You still from Walmart. Like, it's just the judgment, but they ain't got nothing to say about nothing else. When you use your platform to sit around and be like, and I just want y'all to know that this is bad and y'all shouldn't be doing it. People fighting for something, and you can sit back and judge. But Trina, that was despicable, especially because so many people hear that. You're on a public platform. Anyway, that's my Trina talk. I just want to come through. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye-bye.